Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and in today's episode, I'll be getting to know Lisa Princic, who's the founder of Scaling Deep and also the host of the Scaling Deep podcast. So, Lisa, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Well, thanks so much for being here. And out of interest, whereabouts are you in the world right now?
I'm in a little town called Squamish,
Mhm.
BC, which is right near Vancouver. So I'm in the west coast of Canada.
Incredible. Thank you so much. And I just want to share a little bit more about you before we do get started. So, Lisa helps impact driven business owners to dive deep into their unique value and business models to build sustainable and profitable brands. She helps them simplify and package their offers, increase their visibility with bolder messaging, and strong positioning and scale with membership programs. The title for today's episode is How to Launch a Profitable Membership Site, and Lisa will show us how to do that in just 7 minutes. So, question number one today is, who are your ideal clients?
My ideal clients are coaches, consultants, and professionals who have quite a wealth of experience and are not quite sure how to simplify their experience into kind of a really unique value proposition so that they
Got it.
can sell something and make it really attractive and really appealing online.
Perfect. Awesome. So that sounds like a challenge that they've got, but what would you say is another big challenge that they typically face when you meet your clients?
They've got too many options. They can't see the value, they can't see what they do in terms of the eyes of their clients, so they can't
Mhm.
describe them properly or really help describe the transformation that they deliver to people. They just say, "Oh, here's this thing that I do." And when
Yeah.
you're writing to an audience online, they really need to be able to understand what it means to them.
Yeah, got it. And by not being able to create that value proposition or share what you do in a really clear way, what impact does that typically have on their businesses?
Well, it's that whole "you confuse, you lose"
Yeah.
title. So yeah, basically they just don't get people signing up for things and they don't get referrals. People don't understand what they do and they can't communicate it and share it.
Got it. Yeah, makes
Yeah.
complete
So they
sense. And
miss out on doing they're probably really good at, most people are amazing at what they do, but they're not communicating it or describing it properly, or even putting it into offers that are the best way to deliver that service.
so they may end up becoming the world's best kept secret because they're just not getting that message out there into the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you do think of this person who is, they've got this expertise, knowledge, and value to add, what's one piece of advice that you might give them to really help them get started on that journey?
I think it's about knowing the transformation, the outcome that you will obsess with delivering to your clients, and
Yeah.
being comfortable niching down and saying, this is the thing I do for people, instead of saying, well, I can do all these
Hmm.
things. You need to get crystal clear. You've got to niche down, whether it's the format, the tool you're using, the outcome you get for people, the outcome you get for a specific group of people. Like, it really has to be so narrow that someone can come across you and say, "Oh, that's you're my guide because you're doing the thing that I particularly need, and it's not watered down by all these other potential things." So you've just got to get, like, you're filling a hole in the market, you're filling a need
Hmm.
in someone's life, and you've got to know exactly who that person is and how it works.
Yeah, perfect. And it doesn't put you in a box. You can expand later, but it really is
Well,
important.
you don't need to. You don't, because people will still be attracted to you, but if they
Yeah.
don't understand what you stand for, even if it's different than their
Hmm.
actual need, they will not understand you at all.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah. Got it. It's really important, like you said, to get that niche really early on in that journey.
It's, you got to take a chance and you got to niche on something that you're promoting. And even if your whole brand isn't representing that, like, I focus on memberships, but I
Hmm.
also, I do help people with other service-based business models who
Yeah.
don't want memberships, but it's like the membership is the thing that everyone will understand, that
Yeah.
this is the person to talk to you about membership.
Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. So
That's a good
so
example.
yeah, no, thank you so much. And to help people with this journey, have you got a free resource or guide or something you can share to help people really get started?
Yeah, like for getting going on a membership anyway, you can find me at scalingdeep.com/design, and that will teach you
Mhm.
how to design a membership. And I also have a really great tool that's not free, but it's not very expensive. That's
Yeah.
called the Hours to Outcomes Guide, to help people who are not necessarily sure what their packages should be like and how they should be delivering their transformation.
Mhm.
It's an excellent way to figure out how to package up your services, and that can be found at scalingdeep.com/package. So those are two different options depending on what you're interested in.
Great. And I love that name, Hours to Outcomes, because, so many coaches do still charge by the hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
they're
love
not they're not ending this length of service at any given arrival point. So
that.
you
Mhm.
sometimes you go too long with people. You've already got them their like transformation, and then they're super excited, and then you keep going because you said you'd keep going, or you never declared an end point, and then it
Yeah.
starts to water down. And then when your arrangement ends with them, or your contract, they're not as excited as they were that
Mhm.
when you got them that transformation. So we have to be willing to really commit to giving the transformation and sticking to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Love that. So, what would you say is one of your greatest failures or mistakes that you've made along the way, and what did you learn from it?
Failures. Okay. Okay. Not niching, I would say, not
Yeah.
having something that I did that was very, very specific, even if it wasn't the only thing I did. I needed to build something very specific very successfully, and even if it was just ended up becoming a skill set later that I used for my own business, maybe not
Hmm.
on other people's, I that is something that I think would have helped me get more success, focus, experience doing something really well for multiples of people, and it would have helped me create more consistent revenue sooner, which I
Great.
think is really helpful in building your confidence towards all the things that you can do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I love that. And the last question from me today is, what is one question that I should have asked you that will also bring some great value to our audience today?
Okay, so this is like a bigger one, but I love
Mhm.
talking about memberships. And
Yeah.
um, the question would be like, when are you ready to build a membership or a scalable program like a membership?
Yeah.
And I would like to say that you can do it sooner than you think, because there's a lot of creative ways to grow memberships that are not necessarily low cost, and they're not all
Mhm.
about like getting everyone in a community to talk all the time. There's some
Yeah.
some ways to do it that you can add value to your clients by bringing them together and offering a membership type of access. So that would be something that I think is really worth doing sooner than later, so that you get used to serving more than one person at a time, because that
Mhm.
also grows your momentum in a business.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. And I guess it's that transition from one to one to group or membership, and that's that sticking point for some people, isn't it?
Yeah, and a membership is a great way to do it. The reason why I love it, because you don't have to have everyone all learning exactly the same thing at the same time. They don't all have to show up. In
Mhm.
order to make safe, you have a group coaching course. Everyone kind of needs to be there in order for it to work. But a membership is, people know that they may not be there for a month. They may kind
Yeah.
of zoom in and zoom out based on what they need, and your whole success of the program does not rely on that
Got it.
everyone starting at the same time and ending at the same time, or showing up at the same time. And I think that's why there's a lot more flexibility, as long as you don't
Mhm.
price it too low,
Yeah.
to be a really rewarding experience for our clients, and even extending our client journey by offering them to put into like an office hours type program
Mhm.
afterwards.
Fantastic. Great.
Yeah.
Lots of great advice then today. So Lisa, thank you so much again for your time today. I really appreciate you being here.
You're welcome. It's been great to chat with you.